Hey guys, oh my God, I'm so excited. Who would have thought that changing my profile picture would have generated so much buzz about the book? And I'm so grateful that it did. Literally, I just thought, why don't I have this as my profile picture? Like, I am so proud of it and the things that it's helping my own son with. And I absolutely had no idea that just by doing that simple thing, it would create so much buzz on Facebook. And so I'm so grateful for everybody that has shared it and is spreading the word that it will be available Wednesday, February 21st. I'm actually doing a launch at 9 p.m. Eastern. It will be available on Amazon. I wanted to share another sneak peek for those who haven't seen me live talk about it, about the book. So here it is. I never can get used to how to do this on camera. So Become Your Own Superhero, a 21-day power guide. It is 8.5 by 11, so it's very large. I found that kids like the bigger size books. It's very flexible, so just like a workbook or something like that. And it has 2 phases. So phase 1 takes them through 21 days of affirmations and journal prompts, and it really leads them through the process of learning the 3 most important things that a child can learn in the middle of their life, so 8 to 14. I would really prefer to say 8 to 11, to be honest, because once they start getting above that 11-year mark, they've already tended to develop their belief systems. Not that it's too late, it's never too late, but I feel like that is 8 to 11 is such an instrumental time before they start going through puberty, because after 11, especially now, if we're lucky to get to 11, children are going through puberty already. So the 3 things that are super important for children to learn during this time is how to listen, how to communicate effectively their needs and what they mean and their feelings, all of that stuff. And then to own and take responsibility for their own feelings. Because what we've noticed, if you have been watching the news, which I hope you're not, but if you are, you see what happens when a child doesn't own their own feelings, when they don't feel heard, when their needs are not met. And a lot of times it's because they're not expressing them to us, right? They're not sharing what they're holding on to. They don't have the knowledge of the proper outlet of how to express themselves. And so I want to make this available to them. I had a parent recently ask me, actually she's a parent, but she's also a friend. What happens if, say, halfway through the book, the child loses interest and stops? Or we can't get them to finish it all, or they go through it and then they really just kind of don't stay with it. And my answer to that is, 1, I have created a Facebook group for the parents that purchased this book and need help, need guidance, need additional support. Place to find other parents that are struggling with similar issues and really build that community for you guys. 2 is this book is going to be just as important for the parent, if not the child. Just by us going through this and revisiting these affirmations, this information that I'm providing on each one, looking at some of the journal prompts, looking into phase 2 even. So if you have a child that's, say, struggling with fear or had their heart broken for the first time or lost a pet or a grandparent and you don't know how to help them to open up, you can turn to that section in this book and you can find ways, questions to ask. You can find things to give them, to tell them, to help them through it. And it will also give us a better understanding of what they are going through, what they are experiencing right now in this delicate age range. And it will help us to better understand them. So it is just as important for the parents to go through this process and look through it as it is the child. Because we want to be on the same page as them. We want to be able to understand them and guide them the best that we can, and not helicopter them, right? We're not trying to force them into a box and make them do things a certain way. We need them to push out a little bit and experiment and see what works for them. So to give you another example, one of the days, day 7, is I am in charge of my feelings. That is the affirmation. And there's quite a bit of text that goes into this particular one, into the next page, and then there's some journal prompts. I find that this one is important because, especially for kids, it's important what kind of perspective you put it into. And if you let a child know that when they're in charge of their feelings, they hold the power, it kind of excites them, right? And so by letting them know that nobody else can make them feel a certain way, and that when they choose to not allow another person, right, to personally affect them by their negative comment or what they say, that they remain in power. And when they choose to give into that, when they choose to give that other person who has spoken to them negatively, choose to give in and respond to them in a negative way, or not express their emotion correctly, they just handed over their power. And so children resonate with that word power, just like being a superhero, right? Someone coming to rescue them. They need to rescue themselves. They need to know how to navigate these situations. So really explaining it in a way that they will understand, and then asking them some questions, like, for example, have you ever blamed someone else for your feelings before? Immediately, mom comes to mind, right? My mom makes me so mad. And so helping them to understand that they are just mad, that we didn't force them to be mad as their mom. And then, how could you have reacted differently? Are you comfortable sharing how you feel? Why or why not? Really exploratory questions. There's also, in the book, the thing that I like, and I wanted to make sure I included, is that it's not all about negative stuff. So there's a section for fun and creativity that really helps them to open up their imagination and remain kids. Be discovering, be playing. So one of the things that we're actually going to be doing tonight when I finish this up is, one of the questions in their prompts was, what was the last experiment you conducted? Why did you want to try this, and how did it turn out? So we're actually going to be doing a fun science experiment that the boys chose tonight. And then they can go in and write about it. And then at the back, because there is some bigger words in here sometimes, I have a Power Boost reference guide, so they can go back and check out, what some of those words mean. So besides the parent support group that I've put together on Facebook that will be open, obviously the launch night when the book launches for sale, I have also created some iPhone wallpaper backgrounds for each of the 21-day affirmations. And I've made several different ones for boys or girls, because kids, a lot of times, and surprisingly, I've seen phones in kids' hands as little as kindergarten. That's the age we're in, right? That's the place we're in. I'm also going to be creating a meditation album that will be coming in the future, that is more of like a mindful minutes, 5 to 10 minutes they can listen to some fun adventure before they go to bed, to help them really kind of unwind and open up their creative resources. But right now, the first thing that I wanted to create was the iPhone backgrounds. So right now I have 6 and 7 plus done, and I'm going to go a little bit lower. And you'll be able to go to my website after you purchase the book and enter in where you purchased it. Obviously, it's going to be Amazon, and get access to which one you want, and get all 21 days of affirmations in these really cool backgrounds that are kid approved, at least by my boys. And you can download them and put them on their phone and allow them to be able to go and switch them back and forth to whatever they feel like, seeing in their life at that moment. So I can't see comments because I am on this new platform that puts my logo in. So I'll have to go back, I apologize for that, and read the comments. But it is coming out on Wednesday, February 21st. I'm super excited. At 9 p.m. Eastern, it's going to be launching. So whether you're on my personal profile or on my business profile or on Instagram, it's going to be streamed simultaneously through all three. And I'm really hoping that this really bridges the connection between us and our kids, and helps them better understand themselves and us to better understand them. Because we're in charge here, right? This is our opportunity to raise the change makers of the next generation. And why not do this work now? And hopefully one day it'll be done in the schools, but in addition to what we as parents do at home. But why not do it now? Why wait until they are adults and they have already cemented in whatever emotional boundaries that they create now? Then, you know how many times that I work with women, we have to go back and adjust their belief systems. We have to adjust their worth because of something that they allowed in during this age range. And hey, I'm not putting any blame here on the parents. We're all doing the best we can. I was 17 when I had my daughter. God knows the things that I did that were wrong. But I'm choosing different now. I'm choosing now to be better. And we all have that opportunity in any given moment to say, you know what? The past is done. It's happened. I may have made a lot of mistakes, or maybe you're one of the lucky ones that haven't made a bunch of mistakes raising your kids. I know I've made a ton. But we always have that opportunity to make a better choice, and be better and show our kids, be the lighthouse, be that guiding example that we can choose at any given moment a different path, a different way, a better way. So please help me spread the word, continuing what you guys are doing about this great empowerment journal. And I am going to do my part to further change our education system into not putting our kids in a box and really opening them up to this by sending it out to our congressmen, to anybody that will take it. So anyway, I always get so emotional, I know. Thank you guys so much for